I hope you have unlimited text messaging. By Miss Carr. Chapter 75. More fun with emails. From Riley Parker to Tony Carbonell. Subject: what the hell happened with my nephew? What the hell happened with my nephew? After skipping school, he comes home crying about losing the internship dressed in something he did not leave the house in. If you lay one finger on him in a way that is inappropriate, I will kill you. I don't care that you're a superhero. I don't care if you were a billionaire. Don't you fucking dare touch my nephew. From Riley Parker to Tony Carbonell. Subject: what the hell happened to my nephew? I'm sorry for what I said a few moments ago. I didn't intend to send that email, but Peter is the technically inclined one in our family. I doubt that anything like that happened, even though I did catch Peter with his shirt off with his BFF. I mean, he is head over feet obsessed about Liz, so we can't be fooling around with Ned, I think. Then again, you're supposed to be an international playboy, and you have a gay sex tape. Peter does not just see you as a role model, he worships you. Did he ever tell you that you saved his life at the Stark World Fair? That kind of made an impression on him and me. It's so easy to fall from grace when they put you up on a pedestal. From Tony Carbonell to Riley Parker. Subject: I really did keep my hands to myself. You're forgiven. You remind me of my mom. I think that's why I like you. I do like younger men, but I have this rule about not dating anybody born after 1984. Also, my boyfriend would not be happy. There was a lab mishap today that made me realize that maybe it's not a clever idea to have a 15-year-old working on a lot of the projects that I'm doing. He didn't follow the protocols, and somebody almost got hurt. Thanks to my assistant and bodyguard, Miss Rodriguez, the worst thing that happened was Peter lost his clothes, which is why he ended up wearing a Freakwig t-shirt. Peter is brilliant, but he's young and still learning. More importantly, he doesn't know what he doesn't know, and that can be a problem. I remember being 15 and thinking I knew everything. Now at 46, I know better. I'm aware that accidents happen in my line of work, but I couldn't forgive myself if something happened to him. Maybe I have been putting too much pressure on him. An internship at Stark Industries is an important thing. I make it my life's goal to not be anything like my father, and I kind of feel like I might be doing that by putting too much pressure on Peter. With Howard, I always had to be perfect. I never could be who he wanted me to be. It took me a long time to realize that I didn't need to be. I don't want Peter to push himself to be perfect. I just want him to be 15. I never got to be 15. I'm pretty sure I was a college junior at his age. I spoke to my boyfriend, Stefan, after what happened, and he agrees that I may have been a little too hasty. I yelled and used horrible analogies, and I really don't like making anyone cry. Howard did that a lot. Stefan thinks I should take my visit to see him in South Africa as a time to reevaluate a lot of things. So just let Peter know that right now, this is a time out. I want him to think about what went wrong and how he can improve. When I get back, we will think about additional training. He's going to the best public science school in the city, but maybe some supplemental classes might be helpful. There's things involved in my day job that they don't teach. My bodyguard, fellow Avenger Melinda, mentioned a summer program in D.C. that one of her friends, Dr. Leopold, runs that might be a good for him. I don't know if there's something going on between Peter and Ned, although Laura has received some interesting text messages regarding the beauty of Liz Allen. Apparently, she's a goddess among seniors. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, and I'm living proof of that. Could Peter be keeping a big secret from you? Probably. If he is, then maybe he's afraid of how you will react when the truth comes out. I never told my dad I was also a domain. I was too terrified to. I didn't want to be different, and I felt hiding was easier. I didn't want to make him even more disappointed in me than he already was. I always felt like I was never good enough for him. I regret the fact we never had that conversation, especially because I recently found out that he knew and was okay with it. Peter will tell you when he's ready, and hopefully you won't find out via a video from YouTube. From The Mechanic to Teenage Mutant Ninja Spider. Subject: I'm sorry I acted like my father. So apparently I made you cry. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted you to realize how serious things were. Being a superhero is not a video game. You don't get extra lives usually. Sorry, I used one of my father's techniques to express how dangerous the situation really was. You'll be happy to know that your aunt threatened to kill me. Don't worry, I deleted the message from every server known to mankind and put a fake one in its place. And Friday will be deleting this part of the email after you read it. I told your aunt that there was a lab accident that you were responsible for, and that's why you came home in the Free Quake t-shirt. Please corroborate. I stand by my decision that you're not ready for the suit right now. Maybe you will be eventually. Laura will make that call because my judgment is absolute crap. But right now, it stays locked up, especially with me being out of the country for the next week. If something happens while I'm gone, call Laura or Rhodey or call Sharon. You still have your phone. Use it. I do realize that I probably said some things that I shouldn't have. Sorry about the crying. I went full Howard, which is something I don't want to do. I try not to be my father because he was a bit of a dick. I am still mad at him for sending me to boarding school, or more accurately, not telling me he was sending me to boarding school because my good mother figure got sniped because of him. I have lots of issues. Basically, I spent most of my childhood being compared to Captain America, and that was well before I became a member of the superhero club. They tell you to never meet your heroes because they might just end up disappointing you. I can tell you from personal experience, that is true. The people that we idolize are not who we really idolize. They are mere mortals who make mistakes and screw up a lot. They're not heroes because they're perfect. Maybe they're heroes because they keep trying. Heroism doesn't come from the suit or superpowers or anything else superficial like that. One of the greatest heroes I've ever met never had any of that. The voice in your suit for the last few days was that of Agent Phil Coulson. He has been a field agent since before you were a zygote. The man has saved the world so many times, he has literally lost count. He doesn't even remember the details anymore. During New York, he went up against the bad guy by himself because he knew he needed to do it. Okay, me and Steve were in the middle of a busy contest because we were being mindfucked by alien tech. Coulson died that day. He got better, but his heart stopped for a while. Then years later, he lost a hand, saving his entire team. No powers, no suit, just him. It's not the suit, it's what's inside you. When you become Phil Coulson, then you're ready for the suit. When I get back from seeing Stefan, which I hope will put me in a much better mood because of things you are too young for, we can reassess at least the actual intern parts of your internship. The other stuff, that's a Laura thing. Okay, you're 15, so you probably have some idea of what I'm planning to do with my boyfriend if Simmons will clear me, and she may not, because of me saving you. By the way, your aunt knows that you're keeping a secret from her that's big, and because she walked in on you shirtless with your BFF, she thinks you are at least bi. This may be the time to mention you have spider powers. People are waking up all over the world with superpowers due to eating the wrong piece of fish or going swimming in the wrong body of water. I don't think it will surprise her that much. I'm not going to out you, but you need to tell her eventually. So much worse when people find out due to video, and they didn't have YouTube when my scandal broke out. It would be so much worse now. From Teenage Mutant Ninja Spider to The Mechanic. Subject. Reply. I'm sorry, I acted like my father. Thank you for deleting any evidence of my aunt threatening to kill you. I corroborated the lab incident story. I'm still upset and a little angry, and it's probably best that you're going to be in South Africa for a little while. Maybe I'll go to homecoming since my evenings will no longer be filled with saving the neighborhood. P.S. Ned knows the truth. That's what Aunt May walked in on. I don't want her to know yet. From Riley Parker to Tony Carbonell. Subject. I really did keep my hands to myself. We had a good talk after I read your original email. Although I wish you would have called me. I was so worried when he didn't show up, especially with the reports about the ferry. I know many times I skipped school to go on the ferry with my friends. I agree he may not be ready for the internship, especially with everything you work on, and that's not even considering the superhero aspect of your job. He's been dead on his feet a lot, and he quit band, and he loved band. If it wasn't for Counselor Laura, he would have missed DC. Maybe in a year or two he could do the full internship. When you get back from your trip, we can talk. Maybe we can even reschedule that canceled dinner. From Tony Carbonell to Riley Parker. Subject. Reply. I really did keep my hands to myself. That works. Miss Rodriguez will be in touch. I should be available the first or second weekend in October, I think. I'm bad at remembering my own schedule.